Hello everybody, welcome back to Body Tuning Live. Today we're going to work on the ankles. Okay, I wrote a little bit of a description about where I'm at with the fast and how this is going to apply to today. But this is also just a general session on ankles. Okay, I'm wearing my hat because during the fast my thermoregulation gets a little bit weak, so I get kind of cold. So I just keep the hat on to keep myself comfortable. And as I describe in the description below, right now, I did a good job transitioning to the fat metabolism. So it's been almost 3 days since I've eaten, and I'm feeling much more stable and comfortable. And I'm able to focus regularly throughout the day now. I don't feel lightheaded anymore. Things are going well. So the next stage of the fast is when the abdomen, the digestion starts to slow down so much because nothing's passing through, that sometimes this can get a little bit tight and uncomfortable in the lower abdomen. So I'm going to try to combine some of the ankle work today with my own techniques to get my abdomen to move along, so to speak. Okay, and that's going to hopefully relieve any discomfort that's coming my way in my abdomen, and also hopefully make me walk a little bit better with looser ankles. Okay, so we're going to start today just warming up, bending the knees. Okay, we're going to spend the whole session today on the ankles. So everything we do, keep the mind connected to the ankles and try to feel that the heel is on the floor here. And as you bend, you get some light stretch in the calf muscles, okay? We're just going to bop up and down very carefully, really trying to feel the muscles of the ankles working. Good, now the opposite, pressing the ankle forward. Right, this is our basic walking pattern, but really paying attention to how the ankle moves. Right? Lifting the heel, contracting the calf. Right? So in this position, all of the muscles in the lower leg are tightening in order to get the heel up. Right? And as we bend down, bend through the knees, all the same muscles are now lengthening. Okay? So we're going to go back and forth a few times through these positions. Right, both feet up onto the toes, lowering and bending through the knees, and up again. You can use anything for balance. It doesn't matter right now. We're not trying to be perfect. Right? I can hold here, going up onto the toes, putting the heels to the ground and bending the knees forwards. Going up, contracting the muscles of the ankle, and relaxing the muscles of the ankle. Remember that we can use our same imagination techniques to help us get some release here. Okay? As we go up, you feel the muscle tightening. And as you release, you have to imagine the muscle lengthening. Right? You may feel more tension in the ankle as you bend, but this is different than imagining the muscle releasing and lengthening. Okay? So as we go up, you feel the muscle in the mind contracting, squeezing, and lowering, lengthening. Okay? Let's take a few more repetitions, nice and slow, to really get connected to the ankle muscles. Good. An easy test we're going to do, that all of you need to do at home now. You'll need just some surface that's on the floor. So I'm going to use the wall, right? Something perpendicular to the floor. You could use anything, a yoga block placed on the floor, even a textbook placed on the floor would be fine, okay? Anything so that you have basically a marker in space on the ground. Okay, so going up, dropping down. All right, so let's take a baseline measurement of our ankle here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first measure my left side, okay? And I'm going to use probably my hand as a measurement tool. So I'm going to kind of make a fist with a thumbs up. And I'm going to place that on the floor, and I'm just going to line up my big toe with that distance, okay? Doesn't have to be exact. Now from here, I'm going to try to flex the knee over the foot without the heel coming up, okay? The heel cannot come up. And you see how close you can get to the wall. I'm pretty far away, so I need to adjust my measurement. I'll try just using my fist, okay? So I make just a fist, and I line up the big toe with the fist. And I rock forward. And Pretty close, but not, I didn't quite touch. Okay, good, it's loosening up. Great, I made it, okay? So for me, that fist width, the 4 fingers width, was perfect for my left ankle, okay? So it doesn't really matter how long your measurement is, because how much ankle flexion you need to be healthy actually depends more on the length of your shin bone. So when I squat, I have very small shin bones, so I don't get my knees to come up out to here, right? If people have longer legs, generally it's easier for them to squat because of the mechanics. I have nice long femurs and itty bitty lower leg bones. Who knows? I was just born that way. So I'm more interested in finding out the symmetry from left to right. So I'm going to repeat the same test on my right foot now. So I place the fist here, I get my toe into position, okay, and I rock through. And this one was really easy for me to reach. I didn't have to loosen up. I can reach the wall really well. So I'm actually going to try to increase the distance. If I go, I'm going to use a fist with the thumb again. Now I'm quite a bit farther away. This was too much. Okay, so I'll try fist with half a thumb. Okay, something repeatable. And still not quite there. Okay, so we'll try the fist with just the width of the thumb. Okay, so you can literally use a tape measure for this, or any denomination, right? You could use a pencil and just, there we go. Okay, so it looks like on my left ankle, I was able to touch only with this distance. And on the right ankle, I needed to add the thumb. So this means that my right ankle is more flexible than my left ankle. So today I'm going to spend the whole session trying to loosen the left ankle. Okay, I'll show some techniques as we go. All right, so hopefully you found some discrepancy about which side you want to work on today. And I really recommend working more on the deficit side so that you try to eliminate that gap. Okay, so let's get the ankles just bopping up and down. We're just going to warm up the lower legs with some exercise. I'm going to show you some quick self-massage techniques that I use. And then we're going to stretch just a little bit on the ankle. And then we'll test again, and hopefully we got some improvement there. Okay. Good. So most people think about the calves as the main limiting factor in ankle mobility, the big giant muscles. But it's usually more the smaller muscles that control the toes or control in and out movements in the ankles that reduce our flexibility at the ankle. Okay? The bigger muscles tend to take care of themselves. So if you were just still stretching down into trying to get the knees to travel farther forward over the toes. Okay? And in order to get some stretch on the outside line of the foot and ankle, that one that comes around the back of the ankle, we're just going to open up the stance as wide as comfortable. And again, try to just bounce through the knees down. And you may feel some stretch on the outside of the ankle. If not, it's okay. You're still getting good work done for the legs and the ankles anyway. And so I'm just focusing on keeping the feet as parallel as I can. And as I sink the knees forwards, bend dropping down, bouncing like we were before, I start to feel some small stretch on the outside of that back of the ankle. Okay, so we're just going to work on this for a little bit. Good news, I'm starting to warm up from the exercise, so that's good. And just dropping through the ankles. Again, keep the mind focused on the ankle region. If something in the hips is too uncomfortable, just go a little bit higher and work one ankle at a time. Okay, just bending in. Good. I'm going to do some easy rolling side to side through the feet. Okay, this is again addressing the muscles on the inside and outside of the lower leg. Good, easy stuff so far. Okay, we're going to move on to some self-massage techniques. So I'll invite you down to the floor and show you how I work on everything here. Okay. So again, I'm going to do everything on my left leg because that's the side that just tested not so great for me. So hopefully you have figured out some discrepancy and you're going to work on that. So what I'm going to do here is just start with a basic squeezing massage down the whole lower leg. Okay, just pulling, tearing, whatever you can. And you don't want to burn your grip out. We're going to really try to value time over intensity. So only squeeze to the point where you feel you can continue to squeeze for another 5-10 minutes. Okay? Don't try to dig so deep. But you do want to look around for areas that are uncomfortable. Okay? My calf muscle seems to be actually pretty okay today. The outside line of the calf muscle feels a little bit more sensitive. And as I go down the leg and I get into this region, I feel this is where a lot of sensitivity is around the heel for me. So let's work our way down through the muscles first, and then we'll talk about working on the tendons that surround the heel. Okay, you can also do this sitting in a chair with the leg crossed over the leg if you want. That also works. Okay, now I'm going to use this rug burn technique where I set the thumbs up like this, and I just use a light squeeze while I twist around like this. And you're going to feel the thumb ride up over the tissue like this. Okay, so I'm just kind of scrubbing the whole leg, going across the leg like this. Again, just looking for anything that feels uncomfortable. For me, it seems to be stacking up to the outside line and the bottom here. I'm getting a lot of sensitivity. I'm going to use some easy hitting techniques just to go down and stimulate the muscles. Here I use like a light fist, and I basically just punch the leg a little bit. And you just want to feel some vibration, some pulling. All right, we can hit the bottom of the foot also. It's very, very good. Switching positions frequently, switching hands frequently. Here I want to look a little bit to the outside of my ankle, so I'm going to sit this way. Right, and I fall back onto my hand here for support. So I'm actually pretty relaxed in this position. And I can reach with the left hand. I can beat down the outside of the leg. Yeah, this is a lot more sensitive for me, especially down here. This might have to do, my case, that I hit my foot against a wood bench the other day. So, and that's right around the connection of this muscle that comes down along the outside of the leg. So maybe it was defending itself from that trauma and causing tension. Either way, I want to get it out. I'm going to go to this position, and I can work down the front of the shin now. And hitting close to the bone, shaking everything like this. I'm stretching the toes now. Right here, I get a nice good grip with the knee bent, and I just pull the toes up while I push the foot down. Right, you want to try to get up to that 90-degree angle with the big toe if you can. Okay, and once you've got that in the toe joint with the foot straight, then you're going to try to flex and maintain that. Okay, so just stretching, pulling the ankle in like this. I like this position because it's very compact for the body, and my knee braces the leg into my shoulder girdle. So when I pull the ankle towards me, the force immediately backs up into my chest and creates a nice compact loop. So I can really get a lot of leverage and pull very hard without it stressing the rest of my body. And it's very stable. So I'm going to now combine this pumping movement with the foot using the muscles to draw upwards. I'm going to reach around, grab that stretch again using a lot of force, and I'm going to use the muscles to help me while I help the movement with the hands. Okay, so together moving. Oh, Whoa, my ankle just cracked. That was good. Okay, and at the top, I ramp up the force and I pull, right? So I get at the end of the movement, when I feel I'm at the top of the stretch, I yank a little bit that way, okay? So again, I've got the palm just wrapped over the toes, flex, bring the ankle up and boom, and up, pulling with the muscles, boom, pulling up. Okay, you can play with the angle of the foot, right? Whether you're coming up this way or this way. And if you're flexible enough, I really like to stretch the outside line of the leg by holding around the pinky toe and reaching forward. Okay, but if you can't reach that, it's fine. It's not the most important thing. Okay. Yeah, so here we are stretching. Good, good, good. Okay. Now I'm going to take 2 fists here, and I'm just going to sandwich the muscles and do this kind of meat grinder technique. Okay, here it's a lot easier to feel some sensitive points. You just want to work all the way down to the actual Achilles tendon down here. I like to use this surface of my knuckles. I find I get the most stability and power. When people try to use the other group of knuckles, this tends to make pain. If you're working like this, it's not comfortable for the hands. Use the big muscles of the fist. Okay, it looks like in this position, I'm getting the most sensitivity on this outside line here. So I'm just going to spend a little bit of time hammering down the leg here. I'm going to give my back a break. Releasing any tension from the neck I racked up. And here I kind of try to hit in a downward movement. I don't want to kind of grip the body and slide down. Hit and down. If you have a lot of sensitivity behind the outside of the ankle, this is a great position to sit in because you can reach it fairly comfortably with the left thumb. Okay, so that's in this area of the ankle here. And if you've ever been to here for treatment, I'm sure Shmuel poked you very hard here and it was very painful. So here I like to lay back and just do circles with the thumb on this spot on the back outside of the ankle. Okay, look for anything that's sensitive. Nothing here is supposed to be painful. Sometimes I get the question when people are here in the office saying, is it really true that this isn't supposed to hurt other people? When I'm pressing on some muscle that's very sensitive for them. Yes, it's not supposed to hurt. None of your body when pressed on is supposed to hurt. Obviously, there's an excessive force limit. If you really grind into something, yeah, it's going to be uncomfortable. But if you're using, the same amount of force where it doesn't hurt here, and you press the same amount here and it hurts, you can bet that something is wrong in the body there. So you need to just hunt out all the sensitive points. Okay, so I'm starting to find something pretty cool in here. But as I was sinking in, I got a little bit deeper all the way into the crevice here. And that's getting something kind of sensitive for me. So I'm just going to spend a little time with the body slacked like this. The muscles are nice and relaxed when the ankles bend loose like this. So that way I can go in. And I'm going to use the other hand like a sandwich for the tendon. Okay, so I'm just getting both sides of the tendon. Really getting behind the tendon. Right, you can see I'm really reaching behind the tendon and I'm doing these circles. Nice. Okay. Now the next place we need to check is inside the knee. Okay. this area here. Okay, you're just gonna find that, and you're gonna put 2 thumbs there, okay? And the thumbs are gonna reach around back there, and you're gonna use this peeling movement and circles to try to find the sensitive area in the back of the knee, okay? You're definitely looking for some area around here, and you can see where the muscle kind of comes in and attaches here. Yeah, this little stripe here. For me, this is a little bit sensitive. For most people, if you have an ankle restriction, it's going to be very sensitive at the back of the knee. Okay, so I'm just using my thumbs here and using this peeling movement to press in. Right, that's making the thumbs push forward. Now I'm putting the thumbs together and just using my shoulders to make circles. Oh, something a little bit painful in there. Okay, when the hands get tired, I like to get creative, use the rest of my body. You can do a lot of work on the foot with the other foot. I like to use the heel to hit the bottom of the foot. And all the tendons from the inside of this leg come under around here, and then they spread out. Some of them just go to the bottom of the foot, other ones come up towards the big toe, other ones go across out to the other toes, okay? So when we work in this area of the foot, we're basically working on all of the tendons. So it's really, this is why the arch always feels so good when people are rubbing on the arch of the foot or pressing, you feel like, ooh, wow, sensitive area, because a lot comes together at the arch. Okay, so I'm using the heel to hit. I'm going to let the leg out a little bit loose here, and I'm going to roll back and forth, resting the weight on the heel. Okay, so you really want to feel that the heel is loose, right? When I grab my foot, I can just take the heel and make some movement, right? There is movement for the heel that's separate from the ankle. And that can be hard to feel when you're in it, like holding the leg up like that. But as you're here, if you get really lazy and relax the ankle and use the hip muscles to roll back and forth, you can start to feel that the heel kind of wobble around. And that's what we want. Just get the heel to be nice and released and rolling around inside of the ankle. Good. Bouncing the knee a little bit. Right, this is an easy way to get pressure into the back of the knee. Just dropping the leg into the ground. And we can certainly exercise the ankles here. Notice how I use my whole hip to turn and make the biggest possible circles. Okay, we're going to sit up and get that same stretch again. Now that we've done some massage work, we can see if we can stretch a little deeper. So again, I've got just cannonballed here. I'm going to reach down around the bottom of the foot. I'm going to pull the foot up as I flex. Ooh, I got some more crackies out of the ankle. Okay. Now I'm going to show you one of my all-time favorite exercises. I believe this was developed by somebody else, another physical therapist. I believe he calls it the bone saw, and it's very aptly named. Okay, this works a little bit better if you're off the side of something, like off of a chair or off the end of the bed, so that way the foot can rest down. Actually, let me go ahead and do that for you. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to get the leg up like this. So you've got the foot hanging off of something. You're going to take the opposite leg and come across that way. Okay, so once you've got that set up, you're going to use the tall part of the shin closer to the knee, and you're just going to rock and grind across the whole leg like this. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Wow, this is painful. And especially at the top of the knee area, you can even get the foot in there and sit down on it. Wiggling a little bit and grinding across. You know, and if it's hard for you to reach this with your foot, you should consider that. Maybe it's time to start stretching. And so I'm just grinding across all these surfaces. Yeah, good. All right, we're gonna need just a t-shirt or a towel for the last little bit. We're just gonna stretch all the work we did. So I'm gonna lay on my back with a little, you can use a strap or something too. Okay, so I've got my towel here. And I'm just gonna make a strap basically with the towel, okay? And I'm gonna place the ball of my foot kind of in the middle of that, all right? And then as I lay back here, I'm gonna push my ankle up. Good to be flexible, all right? As I push the ankle up, I squeeze the muscles, and then I use the same visualization to release the muscles and pull the ankle forwards as I pull down on the strap, okay? And we're just gonna pump back and forth like 10 times. Remember to use the muscles of the ankle to help you flex. In this position, you're trying to actively pull the toes towards the face while you also pull down with your cable, okay? I've used many things for this, a belt, pillow, blanket, because of the adjustability of where you hold it. You know, you can even use a t-shirt, whatever. Oh boy, this is a stretch now. Wow. Okay, so that was good. That was 10 of those. I'm gonna call it a day. It felt like it was getting pretty deep. All right, so it's time now to recheck our initial measurements. Okay, we're gonna see if we got some improvement out of our body today. So you're going to use the same setup that you had before. So I remember last time on my left, I could only make the width of the forefingers. So I'm going to go ahead and just try to make it the right. I needed the thumb last time, so I'm going to make it just the 4, like I did on my right side. And see how we're doing. Much easier. Okay, so I'm going to add the thumb in. Scooch back a little bit. And as I dip in, okay, can't quite make it, but it's getting close. Okay, I'm going to try the same measurement on my right foot to compare. I just line the big toe up with the other toe, and then move back. Oh, this also doesn't reach. Okay, since my right side was the good side at the beginning, I'm going to inch this forward to a point where I can reach it with the knee. Yes, okay, I can just make it there. So now I'm going to, again, compare to the other side. I just line up the big toes so I don't have to remeasure with the hand. And then I lean into this one. And I'm getting close, but it looks like I still need some more work. Okay, so I did improve my left ankle. Definitely from when we started. It clearly goes farther, but it's still not as good as my right ankle, okay? So again, the symmetry is always the most important in the body. So you want to just continue to repeat this process. You can use any of the tools from the session and keep working on that side that is more restricted, okay? And that's going to change everything from the ground up. Okay, final words for today. I don't have any. So I'll see you all tomorrow with some new updates. That'll be day 4 on the fast. Hopefully I'll feel as good as I do today, which has been cruising along with good energy. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Okay, good night.